What up, y'all? It's Mattress. Welcome back to another episode. Not an episode really, but today I am going to be going over a mod slash build list for my ETM RTR. Here we are at my workbench. I have 3D printed some accessories and also have ordered some online. Today we're going to install the light bar kit from Electro & Co. that they make and sell for this. And then also an upgrade from another company I found online called Ampera that sells upgrades and kits for the rear tail light to make your ETM RTR street legal, giving it a left and a right blinker as well as a brake light. So also on top of that, I am replacing my brake lever because I broke it. And then just going over all this stuff. So like this is, I think, like a little controller unit so that it can do the step down for all the voltage so that you can hook up your light and the controller for all that. I'm not gonna use this on and off switch. If able, I'm gonna try to use this, which is from Ampera, which I will say I have mixed feelings about what they sent over, mostly just because if they're gonna send me 3D printed parts that look like this, I understand this is probably not what's gonna be seen, it's all this. But even then, 3D print quality is not the best, man. Like, I spent good money on this. You should at least give people the SDL files just in case this does break. But also you should take more, time and ownership over your quality and just clean your parts, man. This is glue and just a little bit, this is just glue, so yeah, this could have cleaned it off and made me feel better about it. But overall, I will say these are quality parts. I will be showing off everything, and then I also love that ETM gives you real CNC cut steel parts or aluminum, I'm not sure, that will be going into the bike and will allow you to have some inner storage. I also found some, I forgot what his name is, they were on Thingiverse, and these are blocking plates for the inside that I 3D printed in pink, PLA plus, and then this is to cover the top of the sprocket and motor. But I'm actually printing currently a separate one in white because it's gonna go on. So I was gonna make a video showing off how to install all this stuff, but I guess the better video would be an ETM RTR build list slash like mod list of everything I have so far. You can see right there, if you own an ETM RTR, that's not stock right there. That's a little 3D printed plate that I made with my bamboo A1 with the AMS. And that's gonna cover water coming from beneath, everything underneath and getting into the electronics and the battery back here where all this extra stuff is, and the spring, keeping all that clean. Also installed a brake light, but let's get onto here first. Yeah, so that's supposed to cover the front sprocket from getting water and dirt and all that muck into the electronics and shock area. Everything is mostly stock drivetrain wise. I still have stock chain, I just kept it clean. A lot of guys break them for some reason. That just means you're not really cleaning your shit that much, or you're popping up wheelies without having this adjusted properly. Also, I haven't really ever adjusted that, so I don't know why people are breaking their chains. I just keep my stuff clean and I don't abuse it too much. You can feel it when it's binding up when you're riding, so just don't keep pushing it too much. Okay, also, I upgraded, well, I didn't upgrade, I replaced my rear handbrake because I broke it. So that's what I've been doing. I also installed the ETM RTR headlight kit that they come with, and that comes with this switch right here. And even if the bike is off, as long as you have your battery plugged in, you just put that in and it works. And since we're getting into that and that switch, you might be wondering what's this one right here. And this is for my rear light and also my hazards and blinkers. Alongside that, I have a misguided license plate just so I can say I'm street legal, because I have turn signals and everything now, so I technically am. Oh, this looks so good. But yeah, I just installed this new brake. I installed the whole new brake line because I was trying to replace just the brake lever, and I started by taking off this right here, and I guess that wasn't the right step. I ended up breaking my break. So yeah, that's funny. So I ended up just replacing the whole unit so I didn't have to mess with it, and that was way easier. Wish they gave you instructions on how to replace the parts. Maybe they do and I'm just dumb and didn't look it up, so it's all user error, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Also, I removed all my vinyl, well, most of it. I didn't remove this one and some here and there, but that's why I have that white look with those just little gray accents here and there. I broke this, but yeah, overall, it's not a heavily modded bike. Oh, I also 3D printed this. This is a little dash, like a cover in pink. I might reprint it in white since I have white filament now. And yeah, overall, this bike's pretty stock. I haven't really done any major mods to it. The next thing I want to do is get sumo tires instead of these 12-inch dirt tires, because I don't think these 12-inch dirt tires are actually big enough or good enough for what the ETM RTR outputs, unless you're you're really using it as a pit bike in pit races, if that makes sense. But I think most people buying this are actually gonna try to stunt them out or just use them around their neighborhood and stuff. So just these tires aren't that good for that use case. But that's probably gonna be a different video. Overall, I've had my ETM RTR for probably around 500 miles now. It is the 432nd unit made in 2025. So I've had this for a bit now and I've really gotten some good use out of it. It's beautiful, it's powerful, it's really fun, especially as someone who already owns all these mini bikes. You know, I own a Monkey, I own a Grom, I own a CRF50. What does this have in my inventory that the rest don't? And it's really, it's the sleekness, the quietness, and also just ease of use. Like, this one takes such little maintenance. It's just brakes, if anything. It might be a little bit expensive, but they're super easy to maintain and just put back together and charge. And you know, I like the road that I'm seeing Electro & Co go under with all their upgrades and how they're released a new motor and new controller and, you know, just new tires and everything with new rims. Like, this just seems like a very modular bike, and I wish more brands like Honda would do that kind of stuff, but their bikes are already way more expensive. Well, actually not that much more expensive. You can get a CRF 110 for the price of a ETM RTR, but I think I would still go with the ETM RTR. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you for joining me today in my little showcase of the ETM RTR, and peace.